Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we will find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed, enjoying life, wherever you are. This is an Aquarius season read for my fire signs. If you do have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries highly aspected, this read is likely for you. Please like, share, subscribe if you'd like. We'll be using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. If you're new to my channel, the layout goes as such. 3 rows. The first row will be your recent past. The second row will be your current energy. The third row will be your future. We will grab some clarifying cards for the end. The bottom of the deck will hold the overall energy for my reading. Hope you like my content. If you'd like to book with me, if this resonates with you, please use the email listed in the description box. You can connect with me using that. Wow, we did get a reversal, fire signs. Strength, 2 of Pentacles, King of Swords. Yikes. 6 of Wands in reverse, 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You guys are going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You got this. Don't worry. It'll be okay. Okay, fire signs. I know I already said it, but for some reason. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, okay. We actually got your clarifying cards on the last pull as well, and the bottom of the deck already has this information. So, recent past, current energy, future, in the Capricorn season-ish, if you're not watching this as a timeless read. Beginning to middle of Aquarius season, end of Aquarius season, going into Pisces, clarifying cards, overall theme or overall storyline for your read, overall energy, okay? You got a Knight, a Page, a King of Swords. The Strength card is your major arcana for your read. I think that's where we're at. I don't see any repeating numbers as of yet. Okay, fire signs, let's get into your read. The Knight of Wands is going to be, for your Aquarian season, you kind of showing up, or the season being this way, but it's very much action, adventure, and fearlessness. How do you create it? Why? When things happen? How do you be this person? Fire signs, you know you can do this. The Knight of Wands is you. It's literally a fire card, right? So with the Strength card, the 2 of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. I want to say this because I want it to be clear. This is a major arcana, whereas this is the King of Air, or an elemental card. So this actually is stronger than this card. Okay. Thank you for listening. The Strength card is a very major card. It does represent having courage and our strength. Sometimes it's conviction, but it's usually my compassion card. Having compassion with yourself and others, but especially yourself. The 2 of Pentacles is literally balancing your decisions, sometimes balancing priorities, and literally adaptation. So adapting based on what changes you decide to make. The King of Swords is thinking with head over heart logic, right? Truth, discipline, how to create that in your life. So while you are being very fearless and adventurous, you're very action oriented, you're also trying to be compassionate with yourself and others. You're trying to make the adaptations because the major change has taken place. You know that it has to happen, and you're trying to be more logical about it with the King of Swords. You're trying it on and off to make the adaptation changes to be more logical and to therefore be a better whatever in any situation, just a better person in general with this energy. Very focused on fearlessly bringing compassion and as you make the adaptations that are necessary in the recent past. So for your current energy, you do have the 6 of Wands in reversed, which actually means excessive pride, lack of recognition, and punishment. can't believe that word actually came out. You know, I would have. No, I'm not supposed to say that. Okay. So for my viewers, I'm sorry, guys. All right, fire signs. Excessive pride, lack of recognition, punishment. Back on track. The word is in the definition. I'm not just saying punishment for any crosswatch, or not. It's not a crosswatcher. For any fire signs watching this channel that know me personally, that think that I might be throwing out words to be mean, it's the definition of the card. I'm not being mean. Just say no. I can validate my claims. Okay. Ten of Swords being failure, collapse, defeat, backstab. The Five of Wands being competition, conflict, reality. So during the current energy, woosah, baby. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog pacing in the background. He's just trying to say hi. He just wants to say hi. So continuing on this energy of being fearless regardless of if you, a fire sign, please hope that, I really hope that you know that I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but you are, oh my God, I know you're all going to get mad when I say this. I literally know it. You're all going to pout and ignore everything that I say after this if I say that. Never mind. I'm not even going to say it because it's going to end up like leading to me being ignored for the rest of the night or whenever. So forget it. Excessive pride, lack of recognition, and punishment. Either you are bringing that to the table or other people are, but you're being defeated over it. In the current reality, this is current reality. There's conflict, there's competition. You're being defeated because you brought a level. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, but if you do bring this energy where you're excessively prideful and you don't give recognition to people that help you and do stuff with you for you, and like you don't, and you punish people if they don't do what you want them to do. Okay, that's why I was saying I'm sorry. I'm not trying to use this word, but like if you're vindictive, like there's some form of karma here where you're gonna get like held accountable because you've been excessively prideful for too long, and whoever you were with or have been with or deals with you or enables you or whatever, like whatever type of relationships have enabled you, they are seeing it for what it is. And regardless of how fearless you are in making adaptation changes, your current reality is saying like if you surround yourself with yes men or flying monkeys, people that tell you everything you do is correct so that they don't have to tell you when you're in the wrong because they'd rather keep the peace rather than see you grow. They don't care. They are going to watch you be defeated. They probably already do want to watch you be defeated, actually. Even though you think they're enabling you because you're cocky and you're excessively prideful. So you're feeling like people are enabling you because you're in the right, which is not correct. Because if you surround yourself by people that don't advise you well and are yes men or flying monkeys or have vendettas against whatever, then they're not going to advise you in a way that benefits you. They're going to backstab you. They're going to create competition and conflict, and they're going to enjoy it because that's who they are. Or you are doing this, but there's this like air of I'm so sorry that this is so negative. There's a note that you need to be fearless and keep pushing. That you might be learning a lot where you have had excessive pride, where you've not given people recognition, and where you've kind of been vindictive. And why? to people that loved you. And now you might be surrounded by people that don't love you so much and are vindictive as well. And, don't have your best interest at heart. And you might be questioning that in the current energy as to how to get over it. And it's not this read, of course, but in the Earth sign read, they had the Three of Swords, and I was trying to be very clear with them about what the difference is between when a sword card versus a cup card comes out, and why it matters. Because a cup card is an emotional card, emotional grief. Okay, where you feel it in your heart, you feel the emotions of being sad, of losing something, of going through all the stages of grief, right? But for a sword card, it is much, much different. It's a logic card. It's a logic card. It's not an emotion card. It's not you going through your emotions. It's you logically seeing and feeling, to an extent, where people have betrayed you and why. And being defeated by it in a way. Due to excessive pride. I would like to move forward with our story because this is bumming me out. The Page of Pentacles is ambition, desire, diligence, craving new venture. The Five of Cups is a loss, it's grief, disappointment, and often mourning, like emotional mourning. The Seven of Pentacles is hard work, perseverance, and diligence. So in your future fire signs, much more positive moves, right? If you're watching this during Aquarius season, you're closing out whatever this competition is that has defeated you or backstabbed you. You're fearlessly walking away from things that do not serve you in your positive manner. You're doing so in an efficient way. You desire to crave new ventures with this Five of Cups, while you are feeling all your feelings, while you are being logical but feeling the stages of grief for whatever you went through. This card is always the story of him being focused on the 3 spilt cups rather than the 2 that are filled behind him, right? So when in the future, even though you're going through the stages of grief, there's new, especially money ventures with these pentacles going on, where you're going to be able to reap the benefits. The Seven of Pentacles has been a major card in all of the Aquarian reads. So I very much feel that in your future, this card is a representation of being able to persevere regardless of whatever happened. You're still going to be fearless. You're still going to push forward. You're still going to be able to be adventurous regardless. It's not going to tame you, fire signs, by any means. And I wouldn't want it to. No one would. It's just that your pride does have to have a grounded placement or it's toxic. And if you refuse anybody in your life that gives you positive information and wants to see you grow, you're going to surround yourself with people that don't care if you grow, don't care to see you do well. They just don't. Enablers, yes men, flying monkeys, they don't care if you do well. They just don't want to deal with your wrath. They don't care if you do well. They don't see you for a beautiful, bright, fiery being that can create a lot of really beautiful things. They see you as someone to potentially siphon from, or worse, they like to watch your life fail for whatever reason. So they like to manipulate you. There are people like that potentially in your life, just because of this read, that you really do need to get therapy and kind of focus on as you, I mean, regardless of as you build this new venture, you just need to heal. And in your future building stages, not take on friendships, relationships of any kind, in business or otherwise, that disrespect you, right? So the cups back here that are filled are going to be a new venture, and you being able to be very diligent with that, make money that you need, and kind of move forward in a really positive manner for fire signs. Sorry. So, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but these reads do actually take a lot from me. I'm starting to get a little tired. I'm sorry. I'm actually going to grab my water before I do your clarifying cards first, since I left it over there. Okay. So for your clarifying cards, you did get the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. The Two of Swords is going to be you making a very difficult choice to cut something off. So for those of you that are recognizing, like if you're not a narcissist and you do genuinely want change, you're going to be cutting off people to conserve your energy and to build better. So people that you are recognizing as not having your best interest at heart, not wanting to see you do well, etc., then you're going to be cutting them off, kind of like a quick blindfolded decision. The Two of Swords is also stalemate and indecision. So if you're being indecisive, then this is only going to get harder for you. And inevitably, you're going to not necessarily be the one that makes the choice for some of the cutoffs, because you might have asked someone to wait for you for years and they're just tired of waiting. So regardless of you being willing to say this, that, and the other to get them to stay again, gee woosah, lay down, baby, lay down, baby, I love you too. Oh my goodness, he's not having me staring at me right now. He's so cute. Hi, bashful boy. Can you let me finish, please? 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 Oh my goodness. Okay. I've got a flirty Belgian Malinois to my right now who's staring me down. He's very cute. He's being funny as hell. He just keeps doing laps as I'm doing my reads, and I did let him out before I started, so he's good. He's just funny. I love him. Anyway, back to your read, fire signs. My bad. The Four of Pentacles, I think with the Two of Swords was where we were at. The Two of Swords. Oh, right. So if you don't make the cutoffs, the other party will. And it might be more painful for you and feel a bit like a backstabbing situation or being defeated because you were indecisive and you really wanted stuff to work out, but you weren't willing to put in the effort. So it cut off. So they cut it off. And then with that Four of Pentacles, if you're continuing on that kind of the storyline with the cutoff, the Four of Pentacles is creating more security, and I mean, if this is a partner, you're gonna have to be more frugal. Like if you did share your resources in any way, shape, or form, or if you depended on them, then you're gonna have to be more frugal. You're gonna have to create money conservation to create wealth security, because the cutoff is inevitably happening, and so you are gonna have to start figuring stuff out on your own. Which I see you being able to do that. If that's the case, if you are not already self-sufficient, okay, it means that you will be creating the new ventures, hopefully, to make that money that you need to be self-sufficient, so you don't have to rely on people that you don't really want to be around and are just using to like get what you need anyway, right? So it would be better for you to not be in relationships in which you are like using that person as a survival mechanism ultimately, because it's just not fair. It's just not fair. And if you feel that someone is using you for resources somehow or some way or something like that, I mean, I guess it could happen. It could. There could be fire signs out there that have money that are being taken advantage of. I guess that it's not the other way around, right? Where the fire sign is the one taking the advantage of the people that provide for them. It could be a different route, but you being willing to kind of make changes that are healthier for you and those involved, because it will be necessary, and it will in the future create more stable relationships, so that when you do have moments of you needing to seek advice or counsel, you have grounded people that respond to you out of love and do not respond to you in a way that would be you don't perceive it as that, but they're manipulating you because they want to see your like life fall apart. So that's, like, that's up to you. You have to make the choices in the future with new relationships, with all new growth opportunities with that money, those money cards there. You have to be very focused on where to put your efforts in so that you don't run out of energy and then kind of like not be able to do everything you say you will. If you haven't already started cutting back on some responsibilities that you can kind of get your life back on track, you're gonna be doing the things that you need to create more security with money and also energy in general, if you catch what I'm saying. But it's like, how do I create more? Well, I want to use this word, but I'm not trying to start a fight. If you want to create peace in your life, that's there, right? Oh, I just saw that. You have a 55, a 44, and a 22. Now, if you want that, then moving forward, like, you have to make the hard decisions to cut people out. If you aren't going to respect their boundaries, they're going to get mad. That's not them being toxic. If you don't want to make those changes, that's fine, but you can't then manipulate the person to stay in the environment they hate. That's selfish. You have to let people be them and not be excessively prideful, so that you can be you too. And then you have to go with the flow. So at that point, that's when it's okay. We both vibe together because we're good at this and we like it, and so we're good at making money together because of this or whatever, or love or whatever, depending on what dimension this relationship is. You're very or relationships, you are a fire sign. Anyway, ultimately being very focused on creating new networking opportunities of any kind in the future that are not going to give you, I want to say bad advice, but I mean, it's up to you to take the advice. So more so taking on relationships of all kinds that are focused on your highest good, and that is an evident like founding block for the relationship moving forward, that you and them have like a genuine care for each other's well-being. I feel like that's a really good place for you to start. Fire signs, you have to also care, not just them. You have to also care about the person and when they're upset and stuff, or it's just not going to work. If you don't care when they're not upset, you should not have a relationship with that person. It's selfish of you to think otherwise. if you don't care, that's okay. I'm not telling you to care more. I'm just saying, like, choose your relationships based off who you give a fuck about better. And you won't have people that, I mean, you want peace, so you don't want to fight with people all the time, but like you also don't want people to be unnecessarily miserable with you. That's not going to be a happy time either. Either way, you've got to make even if you're indecisive, those people will make the decision for you, right? Because you're not going to show up, you're not going to do what they want, you're not going to keep your words to them. They're getting tired of it, whatever, and you are being indecisive and not doing what you say you will, so it's leading to a place of like, I can't do everything I said I would, and they're like, I know, you always do this, no big deal, I'm good with it, but I'm not gonna keep setting my, like, your, like, partners, people in your life are not, like, they want to see you do well, but they're not gonna keep setting themselves up to be in competition with you for no reason. Like, because you're prideful and selfish. And it's always got to be about you. Like, things have to be better. It can't just be about you all the time. It has to change. I'm sorry, fire signs, that this is such a rant towards like a very specific person, I think. And I hope that if you are a fire sign and you are not that very specific person, that you don't take it personal and that you do make the changes in your life as well. Because I'm going to be honest, I know a lot of fire signs and most of them are like this. That sounded really mean, but it's true. I know a lot of fire signs. Yeah, you all need to be very clear that it's not going to benefit you to have yes men around you that just take from you, because they will inevitably come up with ulterior motives or ulterior manipulation tactics to play on your life, because they don't really care about you. And you need to cut anybody out that doesn't have your best interest at heart, but also you need to cut out the fucking behaviors where you don't show up for people that do care. If you really want peace, take people's advice that do care about you. Never mind. I'm not trying to be excessively lecture filled, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes people mean well for you and you don't have to always do what they say, but if you do want them in your like tight-knit circle, like close to you, you do have to like respect their, like, all of their boundaries. They don't have anger issues if you don't respect boundaries. It's you being toxic. I hate to break it to you. You know, you gotta respect the boundaries and then set your own, and then cut people out that don't respect the boundaries that you set. You gotta equally cut people out and let them cut you out if you don't show up for them, you know. That way you both learn your karmic lessons and get to be with people that you want to be with. Be moving forward with things that are positive and create goodness, right? I hope you enjoyed the content, and I hope you have a beautiful season. I will see you in the next one.